I'm Nikki Druce.
And I'm Cheryl.
And this is Killers, Cults and Queens.
The Spooky Sleepover.
Hello and welcome to Killers, Cults and Queens. It's time for the Spooky Sleepover.
Yes, it's our bonus show where we have a catch-up, answer your Q's and give you some A's, and dive into what our rabbit holes of the week. But before we go off on a tangent, which is typically how we start this podcast, Nikki Druce, how you doing? I know you're flustered.
I have been having some technical difficulties, I'll tell you that much. I've had two different audio interfaces, which I know that doesn't mean much to people out there unless
Me sitting there just going,
Going, what? It's what you use to plug your microphone into your laptop if you have a particularly high-spec microphone like I do. And for some reason, we have two in our household, and neither of them are working. I'm hoping that what it is it's just the input port that I use into my laptop. But anyway, that's not interesting. I'm here now, but I might sound different than my usual breathy, normal, deep voice self because I have a different microphone today. So hopefully it's not too distracting than usual. But I, on the way home, did have something different to tell you before I had all my technical difficulties, because on my way back from work, I saw a woman on the street eating from a bag of shredded cheese, just walking home from work. Eating from a bag of shredded cheese. And I thought, she must have had a bad day.
Good on you, gal.
But it got me thinking, what shameful snacks are there that you would never eat in public? Because I wouldn't think to eat from a bag of shredded cheese in public. I feel like that's shame time. That's for me on my own.
Needs must. Must. I have a real thing when it comes to food, and especially with eating in public. I cannot bear mess. I don't like messy finger foods. I don't like saucy around the lips. Anything that can embarrass me, I am not there for. And I went for a friend's birthday a couple of weeks ago, and I was with Kitty, Scott Claus, and I'm a sharer. I like to share so I can have a little bit of everything.
Yeah, that's what we tend to do.
Why have one starter when you can have half of 3 different starters?
A little bit of everything. That's what we like.
So we ordered the Korean fried chicken wings, and I thought they'd be like dry rub kind of wings. No. They were covered in sauce left, right and centre. And Kitty, full well knowing that I absolutely hate messy food, she kept being like, you've got a little something on your cheek. You still got a little. And I was like, stop it. Because this was a little bit of a premium restaurant, and they had actual cloth napkins. And every 2 seconds I had to wipe my fingers like this, because sound off in the comments if there is an actual like phobia for the feeling of having like things on your fingers, because I absolutely, like, even now it's knocking me sick.
Yeah, it's a sensory thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I literally just don't know what I could do to stop that. But I wouldn't have anything like a hot wasabi curry on a train.
No, eating on public transport, I very rarely do that. The other day, you and I had a meeting in town and I was rushing to get ready. And on my way there, I was like, oh, I haven't eaten anything. I need to grab something. So I got myself a child sandwich because I didn't want to be too full for the meeting, but I wanted to have eaten something by the time we got there. And on the train, I had to eat it, but I was kind of like lifting up my handbag, eating it behind my handbag so people wouldn't see me.
We are humans. We are allowed to eat, but there's something about eating on public transport, like needs must. I must have my chicken salad sandwich to keep me going. But there's one thing I'm not going to do, is I ain't going to be popping out a prawn mayo or a tuna crunch on a public transport. No, ma'am. No, Pam.
Definitely not. But other than that, how have you been?
Been good. I've been fabulous. I've been well. I've had a very exciting day today, but I won't divulge into it just yet. I will save that for my rabbit hole, as it leads in very well to then. But there is one thing I did want to discuss with you before we got in too deep. How do you feel about public pooing.
I wouldn't say I'm a home pooper, but if I can hold off, then I will.
I'm very much of that mindset as well. I feel like that is something that is sacred and needs to be in the comfort of your own home. Let's just say I've been trying to eat a lot better recently, and I was caught out the other day in Liverpool Street Station. And
Uh-oh.
let's just say I made it in time, but I had indulged in some rich finery, and I will just leave you with this. I was so mortified that I had to go for a double P, a public poo, that I came out all teary eyed, and I was getting some strange looks. Little did I know that Liverpool Street Station is a cruising ground.
Oh.
So everybody thought I was leaving teary-eyed for another reason.
Well, there we go. You learn something new every day. Okay, it's time for listener questions. And if you want to get involved and maybe have your question read out on the pod, then make sure you're signed up to Patreon or following us on Instagram and just join in on the weekly questions post we pop up every Monday. Okay, so this week we're kicking it off with a corker. This is from Becky H on Patreon, and they ask, dead or alive, who would be your dream podcast guest?
Dream guest on my podcast? Probably one of my exes. That is a very good question, because I would absolutely adore to have somebody with such like a fabulous gob on them. Like, I would love to have Cilla Black on the podcast, just to tell her crazy stories of her time on the industry. I bet she's got a ghost story or two up her sleeve.
So. Yeah.
But I think Cilla would be great. Ironically enough, you say dead or alive, Pete Burns would be a fabulous guest.
Fabulous.
Completely unfiltered.
Yeah, fantastic. And such great fashion as well. Let's not mention the coat, but...
Oh, I want my gorilla coat back now. I've just mentioned 2 Scousers.
Is that what it is? Is that what you want?
Maybe I'm just yearning to be in Liverpool. What about you, Nikki? Who would you like, dead or alive, spinning you around?
I'm hoping that we will get a guest that I really want to have on the podcast come on relatively well. In series 4, I'm hoping we will have somebody turn up on a bonus episode that I've always wanted to talk to. So I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't told you about it yet. I will tell you after this.
Not Nikki Drew's blindsiding me on the spooky sleepover.
Yeah. But yes, I'm really hoping that will happen. But I can't say who it is just yet, just in case it doesn't happen. But okay. I think I would really like to talk to Reese Shearsmith from the League of Gentlemen.
Yes.
So Reese is a big horror fan, just like me. And really likes lots of strange, dark, occultish kind of things. And I think we'd have a really good chat with him. And he's really into theatre as well. And I just went to go and see, do you know Inside Number 9?
Do you know what? I feel so out of the loop on like plays, musicals, and like theatre at the moment, because I've just been so tunnel vision work-wise. I know this sounds terrible. The last thing when I'm not working is schlepping into London.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. The last thing you want to do of an evening is going to town, because it takes you a little bit longer to get in and out of town than it does me. So yeah, I can completely see.
We've got a doggy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it makes all the difference, doesn't it? But no, I feel like Reese would be really great to interview, and I think that they would give some really interesting insights into that kind of crossover between horror and theatre, and also making TV shows out of things that, you know, there's lots of influences that go into things that he's made that I think would be really interesting to discuss. So yeah, that would be my choice.
Well, it's so funny, isn't it, that we think the worlds would never collide, the world of theatre and true crime and all this. But like nobody thought drag and true crime would come together, and here we are, the first
Mm,
drag true crime podcast.
exactly. First of its kind.
Now, this next one comes from Sophie on Instagram, and they ask, can you please give us a teaser on what's coming in season 4? Now, I am so excited for season 4. Me and Nikki have had so much fun banking these episodes for you all. And let's just say one of the episodes I've enjoyed the most was a tale that we know very much so, but we're going back quite some time to the Tudors.
Oh, giving away the secrets. I actually think, and I said this when we recorded it, I think that might be my favourite episode that we've ever done.
I know. We just had so much fun recording it that I think you guys are going to get so lost in it. And it's just such a fun, punchy, fast-paced episode because we've got a lot to get through, but by gosh, we get through it.
And I think this series, what you can expect from Shez and I is that we have picked topics that we love that we've not been able to cover before for reasons of it not being quite long enough to split into 2 episodes. But I think what we're doing this time around is really fun, and we cannot wait to see how you react to it, because it is a little bit different, isn't it?
Yes, but we've always kept you on our toes. Each season we've advanced and progressed and tried new things. And I think now, where we are with this podcast, it's so exciting that we are in the driver's seat. So I just hope you all enjoy being passengers along for this ride.
And you really won't have that much longer to wait, because we're talking a matter of weeks now until we get to season 4. So keep your eyes out for that teaser, because it will be coming soon.
Divas, shall we dive into our rabbit holes of the week? Do you want to kick us off, Nikki? Because I feel like you've got a good one this week.
I have got a good one this week. So my one this week came out of a conversation that I was having with my mum the other day on the phone. And we were talking about my upcoming trip to America and the fact that I'll be going to New York as well. And so we were talking about things to do in New York, and she said, have you ever been up the Empire State Building? And I said, no, I haven't, because you can't see the Empire State Building if you go up the Empire State Building.
No.
So I have been to other viewing platforms, but not actually the Empire State Building. And then she was saying to me all these different facts about the Empire State Building. And so it has caused me to go hugely down a rabbit hole of the Empire State Building this week.
But is it the Empire State of Mind?
The Empire State of Mind is what I have been dwelling in. So it's time to learn some facts about the Empire State Building. And by the end of this, hopefully you'll be obsessed with it too. So I was surprised to learn that they started building the ESB, as we're now going to refer to it, on March the 17th, 1930, the day after my birthday, but not the year.
Could you imagine you sitting here in your 90s?
Yeah. My granddad celebrated his 98th birthday the other day. And yes, he was definitely born before this. So they finished building it in 410 days, which is super quick for back then. And this was during the Great Depression. So it was pretty ambitious from the get-go. Now, there was a reason for this speed. They were up against the Chrysler Building being built. So you can imagine it must have been exciting for New Yorkers to see how much each building had grown day by day. The ESB won the race, but due to the previously mentioned Great Depression, the tumbleweeds of failing finances rolled by and many offices sat empty. Only a quarter of the building was rented within its first year of opening, leading to the name the Empty State Building.
Ooh, that's quite savage, really.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Now, here is where my interest was piqued by my mum when she told me that the spire on top of the Empire State Building isn't just there for looks. It was built to be a mooring point for airships.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
That high up in the sky?
Yep, it's absolutely not for me. So you'd fly up in your huge airship, moor up, and then your passengers would climb down outside onto the top of the building on a rope ladder.
No. Nikki, the more you say this sounds like a challenge on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and I would already be shouting that from the rooftops. Literally.
So this was actually used, but only once. It was deemed too risky due to New York's tendency for unpredictable weather and the fact it was fucking terrifying.
I'm terrified sitting here in Essex and I'm here safe and sound 90 years later.
Since then, it's remained purely decorative apart from when King Kong attacked New York and dangled from it, because we all know that was an entirely real event that happened. Yes?
Oh, but of
Yes.
course.
Yes. Now, of course, this event was shown all around the world, and now, as the ESB was a movie star, it wasn't actually a real event. Those offices started filling up fast. But then an actual real-life horrific event happened to the building. In 1945, a B-25 Mitchell bomber, lost in a soup of fog, ploughed into the 79th floor. 14 people died, whole floors were destroyed, and offices were gutted. Yet the building stayed standing, but the inside was badly damaged. Now, one lift operator, Betty Lou Oliver, was thrown out of her lift onto a burning floor and was injured, but was then put into another lift to get her back down and out of the building.
Oh my God.
But, and this is truly awful, the fire the crash had caused snapped the elevator cable and plunged Betty 75 stories down.
This is why I don't like Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm. And what do we learn from that? Never use a lift in a fire. Somehow she survived, but she had broken pretty much every bone in her body. But she lived to tell the tale, making her the only person to ever survive a lift failure from such a height. As an aside, there was another elevator crash in the building in the year 2000, which fell 40 stories, but luckily a security brake stopped the cart at floor 4, and the 2 occupants of the lift only suffered mild bruises.
I mean, props to the security brake, but that is petrifying that you could be plummeting all. I would have been so curious to know what would have happened if it just went all the way down. Does the gravity keep pulling it through, or does it just like boom on impact?
I think in the case of Betty, there was a slight narrowing at the bottom of the lift shaft, and so therefore it caused a pocket of air which stopped it absolutely slamming into the floor. So therefore, just by that cushioning, it managed to save her life. And I think a similar thing would have happened in this case, because that's just how those lifts are built. They narrow towards the bottom, so it should slow them down. But yeah, I still wouldn't want to try it. Tell you that.
No, but props to science.
But since the aeroplane crash, there have been a lot of ghost sightings, but also reportedly of construction workers who died during the original building works, some falling to their deaths, and unlike Betty, not surviving. After all, this was in a day and age before safety harnesses, so people really did just hang from steel girders and just hope they'd survive. So whether you're a New York resident or just visiting, or maybe you just spot the ESB on the opening credits of Sex and the City, the next time you see her, remember she's not just a pretty face. She's got a lot going on over those 110 floors.
Yeah, the ghosties and the ghoulies.
But
Wow.
I didn't realise any of this about the Empire State Building. And as soon as my mum said, you know, the spire on the top is for mooring airships, I was like, what? Tell me more.
Is it love at first sight?
So that's
Wow.
been exactly what I've been lost in this week.
Well, maybe if you go to the Rockefeller Center and do the viewing platform up there, you can admire the beauty downtown towards the Empire State on the 42nd Street.
Yeah, and not go in one of the lifts, because that just seems like a really bad idea.
I mean, Freddy Foreshadow.
But how about you, Shez? What have you got for me this week? You've been teasing me. You teased me yesterday. You teased me at the top of the episode. And now I'm ready.
So last week I was very sad. Last week I was very frustrated. And last week I didn't know what to do with myself. I was very beside myself at the fact that life was being so cruel to me, at the fact that I couldn't obtain a certain thing. But things come round. People look after you. And life has a way of bringing you joy and happiness to your life. Because I have managed to secure not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not even 5, but 6 Labubus.
Labubus!
And I can confirm they are not Lafufus. Yes, Shezzy won the raffle. And I've got to say thank you to friend of the podcast, Kirsten, who let me know that there was this raffle. I thought you could only buy them when they go live on the Pop Mart website and the drops happen. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. So I entered the raffle. Me and Hayden entered the raffle. And I was like, look, okay, you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be in it to win it. So there was an option to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the box of 6. And I said, here's the thing, is I work hard and I play hard. And I said, I've earned this. So I said, I'm not risking anything. I'm going to go in for the kill. And I did the Pop Mart box of 6. And trust and believe, when I got that email yesterday to say that I was successful, I went, oh, there is someone looking out for me. So yes, I got the full Into Energy collection. And I have got an unboxing, which the full unboxing will be going out on our Patreon, so you can watch my real-time reactions.
Beautiful.
But I was so excited. I genuinely felt like a child again. And I'm a 31-year-old man. Let's call a spade a spade. But I was getting so excited because you don't know what one it is. And there is talks of a mystery one when you buy the box of the special one. So I was each one I was like, is it going to be the special? I'm starting to question whether I'm actually colorblind, because I was like, is this hope or is this luck?
Which one is it?
I couldn't figure them out. But they're so beautiful.
They are so beautiful. And
Little
I know that a lot of
babies.
people don't like the Labubus, but come on, it's just a bit of joy. Just a bit of joy in your life. And I feel like everybody could do with that at the moment. And I feel that's why people are really getting into Labubus. I think it's because it's just something that's nice to do for yourself.
Look how well this one matches my outfit.
Oh, it does. It's perfect. Shez is holding up a peach-coloured Labubu.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I forget we are audio only to some people. Sorry, everybody. But yes, you ask the universe, you shall receive. And I would like to thank the universe for my 6 new babies, the Labubus.
The Labubus.
Well, that's all the time we've got for you, divas. We'll see you next time.
Remember, you can get in touch on Instagram at Killers Cults Queens. Join us on Patreon at patreon.com/Killers Cults Queens. And come and see us over on YouTube at Killers Cults Queens, where we're now publishing our episodes in video format every week, so you get to see our beautiful faces.
And if you've got a little bit more to say, or you want to suggest a topic for one of our longer episodes, which will be starting again very, very soon, then please email us at killerscultsqueens@gmail.com.
See you next time, and don't be a killer or join a cult.
Just go to Pop Mart and get a Labubu! And be a queen. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wow, wow, wow.